Largo Winch has a mystery to solve, and I'm not really sure what it was about. It was something like some sort of industrial espionage happening in his company. We have to discover what it was about. We could start our loaded game from last time, but also we got attainable bonuses. We have 3 of them. They're videos: introduction, cocktail, and romance. Now I want you to pay close attention that it's romance 1, indicating the presence of at least romance 2. So we can look forward to that. Let's start our loaded game. Alright, so last time we got out of that room where we were... I'm not going to say we were attacked by snakes. We were locked in the room, and then snakes got out of their box, and they just didn't really do anything, and we were very upset about it. I think we gave him hell about it last time, but we can give him hell again.
Your laboratory is a real disaster.
Those responsible for the vivarium's security will be severely reprimanded, I can assure you.
You're the main one responsible around here.
But Mr. Winch...
Listen, Miss Lucas and I nearly lost our lives. I want a detailed report of all the security systems in this establishment on my desk tomorrow morning. And you better be sure it's thorough, or you can kiss your career with Group W goodbye.
You tell him, Largo. You give him hell. Do we give her hell as well?
Miss?
Yes, Mr. Winch?
Tell me about the police investigation.
The police have been investigating here. What did they come up with?
I don't know anything. Sorry.
Let's ask about employee behavior.
Have any of the lab's employees been behaving strangely lately?
I haven't noticed anything. Sorry.
What's your first name?
I'm glad to see someone who's so rigorous. Tell me, Miss...
Aranda. Carmen Aranda, Mr. Winch.
Let's ask about her life at Veracruz.
How long have you been living in Veracruz, Carmen?
I was born here, Mr. Winch.
Talk about movies that were shot here?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Carmen, but Veracruz is quite a famous little town, isn't it?
That's right, Mr. Winch. Thanks to Gary Cooper and Burt Lancaster, everyone around here remembers Robert Aldrich's film Veracruz. I am delighted you're so interested in our little town.
All right, now maybe we can ask about the police investigation?
So tell me, Carmen, what did the police come up with? Did you hear them say anything?
They believe it's the work of hired killers. They haven't ruled out the possibility that the robbery was financed by a rival company.
Okay, now we can ask her about these things now that we've buttered her up with the old Largo charm. Ask about employee behavior.
Tell me, Carmen, have any of the lab's employees been behaving strangely lately?
Well, I know 3 researchers quit a few months back. But that's pretty normal in the research field. It's usually about wages.
Well, there's no one else to talk to in this room. Can we walk around? I guess so. This goes back to the snake room, I think, but maybe we can just go to a variety of places. Alright, this is a different labo. Let's introduce ourselves.
I'm Largo Winch, CEO of Group W.
How does anyone expect me to get any work done around here?
What does work involve?
And what is it you're working on right now?
I'm not crazy. It must be here somewhere.
Let's ask about Jack Place.
Did you know Jack Place, the researcher who disappeared?
I'm sure I put it here yesterday.
Do we have to seduce him to get any information? No slide.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
What does work involve?
May I ask you what your work consists of?
I work on iron homeostasis.
Anything to do with genetically engineered organisms?
Absolutely nothing, no. It involves molecular biology for the transfer of iron in vegetables. The basic principle is...
Okay, maybe we'll talk about that later if you don't mind.
Uses for colza?
What is colza used for?
It's mainly used for producing oil, as well as for feeding cattle. If the missing GEOs are colza seeds, that could interest a lot of people.
Oh yeah? Who?
Farmers, but especially livestock breeders. With all the meat scrap trouble in Europe, a good source of food for cattle might interest the big livestock corporations.
Would anyone kill for geos?
In your opinion, do you think the theft of this genetically engineered seed would justify 2 murders?
You know, GEOs are big business. Patents are taken out for them. It can add up to billions of dollars.
Tell me about that other guy over there. Seems very busy.
Forgive me if I sound rude, but is your colleague autistic?
No, but I pulled one over on the old grouch. I hit his mixer.
I mean, that's not... I didn't really mean to ask it like that. Just meant to ask if he's a bit rude, maybe. Let me tell you about my emergency hammer. You know what I mean?
And the emergency hammer hidden in the vivarium, was that you too?
Yes.
Nice one.
Let's impress him.
By the way, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Largo Winch, chairman of Group W.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Winch. If I'd have known, I hid his mixer in the other lab.
Now, I just thinking, no one recognizes him. Like, for one, it would be a little weird if you were working here and this guy you've never seen before is walking around, has the run of the place, and is questioning people. You'd probably wonder who that is. And you might also be aware of what the famous billionaire owner of your company looks like, maybe. But, like, no one here seems to think anything of it until Largo says, oh, by the way, I'm the owner.
And do you think this is the right time to be playing your little pranks?
Sorry.
No pranks when Largo's here. None of that. Oh, I updated my notes. If I can find Javier Escondido's mixer, he might... Okay, so that's the rude researcher. His coworker played a prank on him by stealing his mixer, so we have to find it. But not that. Okay. Well, I mean, this little prank might give us exactly what we need to break the ice with Javier. I mean, maybe it's not in this room. Wouldn't be much of a hiding place if it was somewhere in here. Oh, back here. This is another new room. This isn't the time to be playing around with the instruments? I mean, Largo, if this is not the time, then when is the time? Sure, the police have searched these lockers. No sense wasting time. Can't look at like the piece of paper that's like attached to this console. It seems a little conspicuous. Hello.
Salma Paz?
Yes?
Does she know Jack Place well?
How well do you know Jack Place?
Quite well. He worked on the bench opposite me sometimes.
Worked? Why do you put it like that? Does that mean you don't think he'll be coming back?
I have no idea. I said it without thinking.
What do you think of Jack Place, who worked here?
Lots of people around here seem to be pretty convinced that Jack Place is the one behind the murders and the missing GEOs.
Listen, Jack Place was a decent man, an idealist, not a thief, and certainly no killer.
The devil wears an innocent face, so they say.
I wouldn't know, Mr. Winch.
I've never heard that expression, but I mean, Largo says they say that. Who am I to argue with Largo? Who am I to argue with Largo? That's probably like some sort of catchphrase he could use. Workshop that. His new address has been deleted.
Jack Place moved not long ago. His new address has been deleted from all the files. Do you have any idea why?
I haven't got a clue.
Alright, she thinks that Jack Place is a decent man and a hard worker, and he didn't kill no one. We will see. Tequila, spices, red beans. Nothing to do with the transgenic colza. Well, I mean, what do they want to use tequila, spices, and red beans in, though? Locked. I don't suppose you could tell me how you unlock that. No. It's close. Yeah, that was the room where we were locked in there with the snakes. So we can't go back in there for now. It's weird. It looks like there should be something over here. Like there's a red button on the wall, and then there's papers on the wall. It doesn't seem like there's anything over here. security file. Can I read that? No, I don't... No, keep pressing that. I don't think the notes got updated. Let's see, inventory. How do we access that? It's been a little while. There we go. Security file. Okay, can I read the security file? It shows a location of all the security cameras in the laboratory. Right? Someone wanted to know that. I guess I can ask people about this. Let's try something else. I guess Largo does not need to read the file, but maybe he needs to ask someone about the file. For some reason, someone would have wanted to have known where all of the cameras are located. Maybe someone who's up for some GEO espionage. Oh, hello.
Yes?
I found a plan of the security system in a drawer belonging to Jack Place.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. I heard he moved without leaving an address, but we'll find him.
Let's ask about the other employees' alibis.
Do all the other lab staff have alibis for the night of the murders?
Yes, the police interrogated all the personnel. Everyone's got an alibi, except Jack Place, seeing how he's disappeared.
Bust the culprit.
I'm going to put everything I've got into busting the culprit.
Whoever killed Stephen Wall, he's gonna regret it.
Look, let me deal with this my way. Don't do anything stupid.
We'll get him.
Yeah, let me do something stupid. Let's ask about security checks.
Have you noticed any problems in the security system other than in the vivarium?
Nothing yet, but I'm continuing my rounds.
Thanks. Look out for every detail.
Alright, so why did he appear... I mean, after I got the file, he appeared here and I was able to say, hey, this file was in Jack Place's cabinet. But why was that important to do? All I know is that we're putting everything we have into busting the culprit. Not a fraction of everything, but absolutely everything. Hmm? What was that? Missing equipment inventory?
Some equipment has been missing since nobody knows how long. Why the hell did you wait until there was a crisis to order an inventory?
I had no reason to believe that anything was stolen. Our employees are handpicked. How was I to know? But if you want my opinion...
I want to know what he can tell me.
I'm listening.
I strongly suspect it was Jack Place who stole the missing equipment. It was worth thousands of dollars.
Well, I mean, that's what everyone thinks. I'm not interested in your opinion.
We'll talk about it later, okay?
I understand, Mr. Winch. My laboratory and my staff are at your disposal.
What do you think about this?
Miss?
Yes, Mr. Winch?
Nothing new. Is there anything new in my my PDF? I mean, we can save. We can save. Just more lab. Yeah, lab. That's fine. Right, so currently we're still on the hunt for that mixer. Don't suppose anyone knows about a missing mixer. I like the... I don't know what you would call it, like kind of spy music, I guess. Or Largo wandering around. Just like looking at things on tables and asking people, what do you think about all this? Weird, right? Who could have done this? You think Jack Place did it? I'm Largo Winch, by the way. Well, we've been in this room. He doesn't want to play around with the instruments. It's not the time. Doesn't seem like there's anything we can do in this room, because it's not the time to play around with instruments. Got the thing from here, which was Jack Place's cabinet. Can't go in the vivarium. I guess even though this was Jack's lab table, we can't look at it. Nothing for us to see. That was the thing with the tequila. We spoke to her. She seems really busy. This one was locked over here. Can't go in the vivarium. Nope, still can't. Still can't. This guy doesn't want to talk to us. Because we need to find his mixer. Right, and that just takes us back out here. It better not break these seals. What's the worst that could happen if we break those seals? Can we ask him about this file? Oh, let's ask him about the sealed room.
What's in the room sealed off by the police?
That's where all the videos and documents on the experiments carried out here are stored. Handy when filing for your patents.
Have any documents gone missing?
They might have.
Alright, well, he's not sure. That's not the right way. I wonder if we can get in there. I mean, the police sealed it, so maybe we can't get in there. You didn't hide the mixer in the sealed room, did you? We're gonna have to breach the sealed room to get the precious mixer, so this guy will talk to us? Possible. Maybe we could ask the manager if we can get into the sealed room. What is that sound It sounds like a phone, but like we don't have one on us, do we? I mean, that's our only file. And we have our PDA, but this is not a phone. And we can't use her phone. Okay, nothing new here. Nothing new here. We don't have this time to study any of this. Scientific magazines, huh? And you know, I did not expect to just kind of get stuck immediately at starting this game again. Like, we can walk in all these rooms, we can talk to people, and like nothing's happening. It seems that we need to find that one scientist's mixer so we can give it to him and he'll talk to us and stop ignoring. I don't see anything else to do. And also, we're not finding the mixer. But there's not many rooms, and there's really not much to look at in any of the rooms. So why can't we find the mixer? Yeah, that's Vivarium. Hopefully he didn't hide the mixer in the vivarium, because we can't get in there. So, I mean, what are our options? We can't go in the vivarium. We can go into Labo 2, which is where that one lady is, as well as Jack Place's workstation. There's this room before we go into the lab. We can look at this, but he says, we don't need to look at that. The police already have. And we can't look at that. We can look at this, and he says, no time to play around with this. So there's nothing in this room. And we can walk through here. And in here, there's really nothing to look at as far as we can tell. It seems like that we got what we needed. We can see this thing about tequila, spices, and red beans. Nothing to do with the transgenic colza. We got the security file, but it doesn't seem like anyone... Like, we took it and picked it up and took it with us, but it doesn't seem like anyone actually wants to look at it. We can talk to her, but she has nothing new to say. I can't actually look at anything on her desk. Oh, actually, there's a hand... Okay, no, there is something on her desk. These books. Oh, no, that's not a book. That is a mixer. The stolen mixer was on your desk, and he just left it there? Didn't you notice it was not your mixer? And she's buried in her work. Gives you tunnel vision. The industrial espionage music pumping up for Largo as he has successfully obtained the stolen mixer. Okay, you. I want to equip mixer. And now?
Ah, perfect. Excellent. You saved my life.
You're welcome. But before you go back to work, would you spare me a moment?
What does your work involve?
May I ask what your work involves?
I've been doing agribusiness research for 25 years now. Not to get rich with the latest technologies. I'm in this to advance science.
All right. He's a big believer in the field of science. Was Jack Place also a believer in science?
And was Jack Place any different from you?
Jack Place seemed to take a big interest in the GEOs recently. Turns my stomach. Scientific research has a nasty tendency of getting mixed up with profit, if you ask me. What happened to the Pasteurs, the Flemings, the Curies?
Get money out of scientists. Out of science. Not out of scientists. I mean, I guess one and the same. Get money out of science. Don't befoul and besmirch the beauty of pure science with the profit motive. It sounds like you just listed a whole bunch of dead scientists. That's what it sounds like to old Largo.
They're dead, I think. But no one ever felt the need to investigate them. I'm starting to understand the other researchers' attitude.
This guy's just passionate about science. Would that we were all so passionate in our fields. Let's talk about Place's collaborators.
Did Jack Place work alone?
Salma Paz used to help him now and then. If he's moved, maybe he told her.
Salma Paz?
We talked to her.
Yes, you must have bumped into her.
I must have. Because I took the mixer from her desk. I mean, okay, like we'd also ask about Jack Place again, it seems.
And was Jack Place any different from you?
Jack Place seemed to take a big interest
Maybe
in the
same thing.
GEOs recently. Turns my stomach.
Already knew about that.
Scientific.
I guess I'll ask Paz again. I suppose. But I already knew that she worked in the same lab as Jack Place. She told us that. Hi, Paz, do you have anything new for me? Yeah? Why? Jack Place's address has just appeared. How does she know his new address?
I heard you might have his new address.
Who told you?
Había escondido.
That old grouch? He hates everybody. He and Jack didn't get on at all.
What about you? How well did you get on with Jack Place?
I already told you. Jack was an idealist. A revolutionary in his own way. A man concerned for the good of humanity.
In the meantime, 2 men are 6 feet under. I need Jack's address, Miss Paz. I count on sorting this matter out my way, Miss Paz. I'm not a member of the police. I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'm sure you must know Jack's new address. Am I right, Miss Paz?
All right, Mr. Winch. All right. Jack did mention he was moving. If I remember correctly, it was 324 Avenida Marcos in the southern suburbs of Veracruz.
Thank you. I'm sorry to be so insistent, but this is a very serious matter.
Okay, yeah. Slow turn and walk out.
So then, what did you come up with?
The surveillance company's clean. That said, those guys are steaming. They're talking about revenge. Some of them think the missing researcher's the one who did it.
Jack Place? Good, we're just about to pay him a visit.
All right, we're leaving the lab. You know, Paz said that Jack Place was an idealist, but Javier said that he was interested in money. Who is correct?
Be careful, Largo. Jack Place might be lying in wait inside. Remember, 2 guards have already bit the bullet. This is for real.
It's a beautiful yellow sky out
You keep an
today.
eye. I'll go see if the door's open.
Can I look at that wanted sign? Doesn't seem like it. I feel like that if someone was wanted, putting like a little paper sign up here where I don't think anyone's gonna see. It doesn't seem like it's a very good place to actually get your message out.
Why would a researcher want to live in such a rundown neighborhood?
He must have been short of cash, that's for sure.
Locked. Key? Alright. Doesn't seem very secure.
Let me go in first. I want to make sure the coast is clear. It's okay, Largo. All's clear. I'll let you check the place over. Looks like this guy left in a hurry. He might have forgotten something. I'll go ask the neighbors some questions.
Wow, this place looks bigger on the inside. Jack Place must have left some clues behind. After methodically interrogating all the employees at the W Food Research Lab, it looks like Jack Place, the missing researcher, is guilty of the double murder and the GEO traffic. Thanks to his assistant Salma Paz, I now have his address. I'll continue my investigation at his home with joy. Well, we don't know that he's guilty. He's just the main suspect at the moment. There's no cassette in the deck. There's no point. What? I want to search his lab coat. There's no point to it, I guess. If the documents were burnt in this stove, there's nothing left but ashes. Some old pizza. Let the flies finish it off. When was Jack here last? Nothing interesting. Nothing hidden inside this guitar. Book. There's a paper sticking out of this book about molecular biology. It's blank. Or is it? Not interesting. Audio cassette? Sure. Let's give it a listen.
Senor Place, I am calling to remind you once again about the electron gun and the spectrometer we sold you on credit. You must understand that we will be forced to take this matter up with your bank if you do not meet your payments. Please contact us without further delay so that we can sort out this problem.
He was late on his payments, eh? No, not that. It doesn't seem like there was an update. Password. Ah! Six characters. Wrong pass. No one has slept in it for a couple of days. I can tell just by looking at it. Largo is an expert in bed usage. Oh yeah, I've seen many beds. I can tell no one's been in this one for, 2 days. No suspicious smells. Anything else suspicious? We don't know, but we know there's no suspicious smells. What a dump. Test tube? Translucent liquid. Smell of citric acid coming from it. What if we use that on paper? There was a way of, I mean, maybe maybe these can't be combined. Oh no, like that? Like that. Sheet of paper. The liquid has made several letters appear. Aggie Lap. Oh, Jack Place. You crafty bastard. All right, here we are. He's got files, 3 of them, in fact. All right, here's his bank statement. Financial analysis. All right, we got the files. No, there's nothing else in here for us. I'm not going to find anything else here. Now to see if Joy has any success investigating the neighbors. All right, we got the files. We hacked his computer. We were in. Now we're out, like Largo wants to do.
Americano.
Uh-oh, we got a battle? That's right. Remember there were battles? We had one, like we had a tutorial battle last time. But, you know, I kind of forgot about the battle system. But we got it. It's here. It's Largo versus Jorge. So we can punch, we can kick. It wasn't... That wasn't so good, Largo. Oh man, Largo is pretty slick. Oh, but Pablo's also on the... Yeah, Pablo's got that bat. That's no good. Alright, I think that we need to focus on Pablo. Let's give him the boot or the shoe. Oh. Oh, this is not looking good. Unfortunately, Jorge's not hitting us either. At least 2 hits connected. Not looking too good for Largo. Okay. Down goes Pablo. So I remember that our characters do have special moves that can be built up to. But, you know, that was a while back that we read that tutorial. I forget exactly how we build up to it. So let's give him some kicks. At least we hit one. The punches are quite weak, but they have a 100% hit chance. The kicks are more powerful, but have a 60% hit chance. Alright, well, I guess we should probably go for the 100% hit chance, right? No. Okay, no. Did not. All three were zero damage. They hit! They did hit. Okay.
Stinking gringo! Gringo muerto!
Thanks for your help.
Forget these boneheads, Largo. Sullivan just called me on my cell. Kerensky's been badly roughed up.
Kerensky? What happened?
Someone's hacked Group W's network. Kerensky had just started tracking the hacker on the net. He went out to take a break when a bunch of guys jumped him.
How bad is it?
He's been taken to Bellevue.
We're going back to New York. I've got to see Sullivan.
All right, the Mexican chapter is over, I guess. Back we go.
Try to find out some more on Jack Place. Check to see whether his bank statements can give us any leads.
All right. If you need me, I'll be in the main computer room.
Okay, I'll try to find Sullivan to see what happened to Kerensky. I'll meet up with you later.
Oh, got an update here. Sullivan's waiting for me in the big boardroom. It's very large.
Is Sullivan there?
Yes, Mr. Sullivan's waiting for you in the grand boardroom.
No, it's the big boardroom.
Thanks, Candy.
Big. It's not in here. This is not the big boardroom. I'm Largo Winch. You'd think I'd know where the big boardroom is. All right, let's read our mail. About Kerensky. Largo, I'm in The big boardroom. Meet me there as soon as you can. And from Susan Belmont, situation in Lundwana. Dear sirs, Lundwana is in a state of agitation. To everyone's surprise, Yakuba Bandialo has become president of Lundwana. His campaign slogan, Lundwana for the Lundwanians. His goal clearly stated is to nationalize all foreign structures implanted in Lundwana. Brilliant theoretician, Bandalio has been trying over the past 10 years to incite qualified locals to attain management positions, hence gaining the possibility to run the structures without the interference of foreign personnel. With complete freedom, his supporters organize sabotage operations against the society's resistance to buyouts and call for a boycott of their production. Our mineral exploitations in Lundwana are right in the eye of the storm. Yakuba Bandialo's government made us an offer last week. Since those negotiations, we were able to raise his proposition to $500 million. But time is running out. Raise his proposition to $500 million. But time is running out. Bandiello won't pay another penny, and his position threatens to become more radical within the coming months. Cordially, Susan Belmont, Group W, Washington, USA. Sounds like we may have to do a little, a little regime change down in Lundwania. That's what Largo Winch is hearing. See, Nerio Winch, right? Our dad, John Sullivan, confidant right-hand man of Nerio Winch, Simon Orvonas. Simon would die for me and I for him. From his rough past, he kept some talents that often come in handy. No one is better than Simon or picking a lock or for chasing skirts. Simon's the best at that. Joy Arden. Joy is responsible for Security Group W. He's CIA agent, training capacities, 5th Dan black belt in karate, hand-to-hand combat, firearms, projectiles, non-conventional weapons, specialist in explosives. Joy Arden is the youngest recruit ever hired by the CIA. Georgie Kerensky, ex-KGB, made up the third pillar of my personal security team. No system, computer, or electronic can keep its secrets from this ex-spy. Recruited with the help, of Brother Maurice, founder of the monastery in Saravain. Individual files like Belinda Del Mar, or Juan Domicito, or Consuelo Lopez, or Javier Escondido, or Sam La Paz, and Ernesto Maroto. These are all our friends we just met down in Mexico. Companies, W Foods, and Group W. Group W was founded in 1947 by the now deceased Nerio Winch, who was inherited by his son Largo Winch. Made up of 562 branches, Group W employs 500,000 salaried employees. Implanted in 57 countries, Group W is present in all sectors of the industry, from finance to leisure, aeronautic, press, television, banking, agricultural, hostelry, etc. With an annual income of $10 billion, Group W is one of the most powerful company in the world. The value of Group W is estimated at $100 billion. No files to look at. Do we collect butterflies? I guess it looks like it. I have more important things to do than use the elevator. It's locked. I don't see what I could have done in the archives room. Where's the big boardroom? Do I take that elevator? I've never been here before. I mean, Largo has. I have not. Okay, this is how we get to the big boardroom. It's locked. I got more important things to do. Locked. Normal since the board of directors doesn't meet again for another 15 days. Okay, this has got to be it. It's fairly sizable.
Hello, Sharon.
Hello, Largo. How was your trip to Mexico?
My conclusions.
Enlightening. At Veracruz, everyone seems to suspect Jack Place, the missing researcher. It seems the promise of big money was too much for him, but this GEO business is starting to smell a little fishy. I hope the attack on Kerensky has nothing to do with it.
Permission?
Tell your team to keep an eye on the internet and the press. If you uncover anything to do with this colza plant, email me or get in touch with John Sullivan.
Okay, Largo. This probably isn't the best time, but
We'll see each other tonight, Sharon. For now, I've got to deal with this computer hacking business. It's top priority.
Largo, this probably isn't the best time, but I'm craving that dick! I know, Sharon, but this is not the best time. Wait for tonight. Can I talk to him? Do I have to go around? Okay, there we go.
Largo, this probably isn't the best time.
But I'm craving that
to
dick!
decide on whether or not to stop our mining activities in Lundwana. The government has made us an offer of $500 million. Do we sell, Largo?
Sure, I mean, why not? So what other, I mean, if we don't, we have a government that is, not going to be friendly to us operating in their nation. They want us out, and they're going to pay us to leave. I mean, since I, like most CEOs, probably don't have much of an idea of what the real value of our operations are, I couldn't tell if 500 million is a good offer for what we would be giving up there. But, I mean, let's say yes.
Yes. I don't have much confidence in that matter.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Right. Consider it done.
All right.
It's hell in here, Largo.
Now let's talk about Kerensky.
What happened to Kerensky?
I just heard from Bellevue. He's regained consciousness. Cranial trauma. And they broke his fingers.
I'll send Joy over to keep an eye on him.
Good thinking. We're not sure if the attack on him has something to do with the hacking job on our network. Coincidence is not something I believe in. Group W is under threat. We've set up a direct link with him for you in the main computer room. You should go and talk to him.
Who hacked our network?
Has Kerensky tracked down the hacker?
He was just about to.
Talk about Simon?
If you see Simon Overnaz, tell him to meet me in the main computer room.
All right.
All right, we're going to the, not just a computer room, the main computer room. Looks like our notes got updated. Gotta get to that computer room. This table must weigh at least 300 pounds. I bet I could bench that, is what Largo's thinking. Alright, so where is this main computer room? Not these. Everything seems to be working. I know you's messing around in there. You know, everything. All this stuff. I think it's working. Oh yeah, these are some computers right here. This is definitely a main computer room. This is Kerensky's domain. The domain of the computer.
Joy, get over to Bellevue Hospital quick. I'd feel better knowing that you were with Kerensky in case his attackers have any ideas about finishing the job. You can continue your research on Jack Place over there. Sullivan has had a computer installed in Kerensky's room.
Okay.
We have to get this genetically modified colza affair taken care of as soon as possible.
Gotcha.
I like that little pause in the dialogue.
Kerensky?
Hi, Largo.
Joy will be there any minute. I've told her to keep an eye on you.
Still a little groggy, Tovarich.
How did it happen?
I didn't see it coming. Brain edema and broken fingers.
Sounds like the Russian mafia, wouldn't you say? You've had them in a sweat for years, even after you quit the KGB.
No. If it was the Russian mafia, I'd be dead.
Who then?
No idea.
What about the hacker? I've got to find him. Can you help me track him down on Group W's network?
There's a CD on my desk. Everything you need to hack a system is on it. Take it and put it in the driver.
Everything? Wow. Also, if he's ex-KGB and he's calling us Tovarich, couldn't they have gotten a VA that has the slightest bit of a Russian accent? Hacking interface. Connection success. Oh, is this like a mini game? You're now going to infiltrate the heart of the computer network to find the hacker's address. Are we playing like Pipe Dreams with hacking or something? The network is represented by the grid displayed on the screen. The basic component of the grid is the node. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. I start on the entrance node and must move from node to node through the network. So that's me at the bottom with the W. Largo is represented by a blue square. Move on to the node above the entrance node. To do this, keep the up directional button pressed down and press the X button. Okay, hold on. Okay. It took me 2 turns because each node enjoys individual protection. The node above the node I am on is value 4. 4 turns are required for the move to take effect. Let's move on to it. Okay. The new nodes I just passed over are now blue. I have taken control of them. It is easier to move on nodes that I control. If I come back onto a node I control, I only need 1 turn to reach it, whatever its protection value. Okay? But there is a security system, which is that red computer with the skull. Counter in the top right-hand corner of the screen shows the number of turns before the security system activates and tries to stop me. The hacker's address is stored in one particular node, the central unit, and it's the big computer thing. I need to move towards it while trying to find the quickest route. Alright. So, I mean, it seems kind of clear that I should be going here. And now the security system is going to be active. Here it comes. Now, the security system has just reacted to my intrusion? It has reacted to my intrusion by generating an antivirus, which is the red circle. The antivirus pursues me through the network. If it intercepts me, I am ejected from the system. An antivirus has a limited lifespan, disappears after 8 turns. The antiviruses have the same rules for moving that I do. They only need 1 turn to move onto a node under their control. To move on to a node under my control, they need the number of turns equivalent to that node's protection value. I must now reach the central unit while avoiding the antivirus. Okay, so they're bound to the same rules that I am. And? We made it. Well, I want to find the hacker's address. Okay, the operation has begun. I cannot consult the information obtained until I have gone back to the entrance to disconnect. Okay, I need to get back there. Alright, so I don't want to go straight at the antivirus, of course. Okay, it's gone. Yeah, it had a limited number of turns, that's right. Does it come back out? It does, yes. Well, that might be a problem then. Well, let me go back the way I came. Nope, no, not that. Okay, mission accomplished. Now I just say, go back to reality. New components appear during the following hacking sessions. The help button may prove useful. Alright, so that's unexpected. We got like a hacking minigame. How many game mechanics does this game have? Well, I mean, so far it's got a battle system and it's got a hacking minigame. That's 2 more than I would have expected. Hacker located Vladimir Kostenko, 1 Boulevard Mir, Vorograd, Siberia. Disconnection. He was right. Everything we needed for hacking was on that CD. Everything.
Got him. I've located our hacker.
Who are you?
Okay,
oh, that's Simon.
Ready
yeah.
for some adventure?
Speaking of adventures, I was chatting with your secretary, and I was thinking that maybe her and I...
Forget about that for now. We're leaving for Russia.
Caviar, vodka, and luscious Slavic babes.
He likes fucking. If you didn't get it. Wow, we're going all over the world. We're globetrotting in Largo Winch. Mir Boulevard, Vorograd, 5:30 p.m.
Unless I'm mistaken, that's where our hacker lives.
This is a nightmare. What am I doing here?
What do you... I told you where we were going. Simon, I just said we're going to Russia. We're going to Siberia. You said you wanted to meet the beautiful Siberian babes. So here we are. We caught up with Vladimir. And I think that is enough for Largo Winch for tonight. So we will save a game. No, I don't think I have enough characters. You know, you get the idea. We're in Siberia. Okay, so we got a little bit of a delay in the Mexican lab because I couldn't find the mixer that was on Paz's desk. It was just there, but it didn't look like anything remarkable to me, so it took me a while to actually realize it was there. But I mean, after that, we've been making progress. We went to Jack Place's home, his like his Hanna-Barbera cartoon house, and got into his bank files, and then we were attacked by 2 dudes. I don't know, just because. and we got to do, like, wow, it's so far it's been one battle per chapter, right? Like, we had the battle in Central Park, and now we had one battle in Mexico. So, I mean, maybe the combat increases at some point, but right now it's quite few and far between. Also, we have not had additional party members during battle, and the tutorial said we could have additional party members. That has not happened yet. We also discovered about the hacking minigame. I'm excited to do all kinds of hacking with Largo as we continue on, because that can't be the only time we see it. Sure, there was like this big tutorial, so obviously we are going to be getting additional and tougher hacking challenges. So here we are in Siberia with Simon, who apparently is competent at something aside from chasing the skirts, which has kind of been his entire character up to now. We will find out what he can do, I suppose, in Siberia, as we continue on with Largo Winch, trying to figure out who stole the GEO informations, I guess. Industrial espionage. It's what it's all about. Also, our friend got beaten up. We'll continue on.